ثم الصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وبعد. We give thanks to Almighty Allah for counting us among the living till today. We beseech Him, we pray to Him to cascade His everlasting mercies upon the soul of the noblest of mankind, Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, his household, his companions, and those of us who are following his footpath to the day of reckoning. Having said this, I say, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
As our custom here, I welcome you, our esteemed viewers, and in the same vein, my ustad, to the new edition of this program by saying Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh once again.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. It is my pleasure being here again.
Thank you very much, ustad. We are on the program, the Muslim State Affairs. Today, our topic shall revolve around one of the burning issues that many people do involve in without having any recourse or without having to question what is Islam perspective or what is Islam position on what they want to undertake. And what are we talking about? This is selling the organs or donating a part in human body. So we want to ask our stars today, does Islam have anything to say in this regard?
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim wa salatu wa salamu ala rasulillahi wa bi nasta'in wa la hawla wa la quwwata illa billah. Without much ado, we say, after having thanked Allah for His mercy and besought Him to increase His manifold of blessings on Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, we will make bold to say that there isn't anything in this world and the hereafter that Islam, the religion of all the prophets, has not contributed to. Okay. Islam teaches that things in the cosmos where we find ourselves are been predetermined by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and part of the predetermination of Allah is the sanctity that Allah has given unto the soul of every man. Every soul is sacred. Every soul deserves honor and dignity, and the space of the dignity that Islam has bestowed every soul occupies the space of giving that soul the freedom of existence. Okay. So in giving a soul the freedom of existence, we will strive towards making it alive up to the time Allah might have decreed for such a soul. So you can't just take a soul. You can't kill yourself one, neither can you kill other people. This is the basis.
So you mean it is quite un-Islamic?
It is un-Islamic
for one to kill himself,
for one to kill oneself, or to go headlong killing another person. Okay. It is un-Islamic. Okay. And the aspect of the dignity that Islam attaches to every human soul comes from what our Creator says in the Quran. Allah says that I've honored the human race. وَلَقَدْ كَرَّمْنَا بَنِي آدَمَ. Indeed, I have honored, I have dignified Bani Adam, the sons of Adam. وَحَمَلْنَاهُمْ فِي الْبَرِّ وَالْبَحْرِ. And I've made it possible for them to traverse their journeys on the sea and on the land. وَرَزَقْنَاهُمْ مِنَ الطَّيِّبَاتِ. I've made it possible for them to consume from all that is innate, for all that is edible, from all that is permissible. وَفَضَّلْنَاهُمْ عَلَى كَثِيرٍ مِّمَّنْ خَلَقْنَا تَفْضِيلًا. I've even given them honor over every other thing I've created. So that is the basis of the human dignity that Islam has bestowed on all souls. So no soul has the sole authority to kill another soul. Two, no soul has the sole authority to subject another soul into kidnapping or slavery, because that is part of what we are going to discuss. Okay. So for a soul to kill another soul, that is similar to killing the whole mankind. That is another portion of the Quran. Allah says, Man qatala nafsan faka'annama qatala an-nasa jami'a. Whoever kills a soul is similar to that, or to he who has killed the entire of the human race. So look at how colossal the sin around killing a soul or killing oneself is. In fact, the Prophet ﷺ tells us in one of his traditions that whoever subjects any soul to probably a torture that eventually leads to his death shall never be honored by Allah on the day of judgment. He says, Thalathatun, there are 3 sets of people, and khasmuhum yawm al-qiyamah, I shall testify against them on the day of judgment. And he says, waman kuntu khasmahu, whoever I, Muhammad sallallahu testify against faqad khasamtuhu, I've won that person, I've defeated that person. And he counts 3 people. He says, rajulun a'ta bi thumma ghadara. He says, a soul who gives people a covenant. He gives covenant in the name of our Creator, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He promises heaven and earth. After the promise, after the covenant, he does nothing to fulfill the promise he has given. And he says, Rajulun ba'ahuron. So that is the point we are driving at. Rajulun ba'ahuron, a man who sells into slavery, who sets up within the web of kidnapping or banditry another soul. Rajulun ba'ahuron for akala thamana, and feels comfortable to eat, to spend from the money he has got from the person he has sold into slavery or banditry. And the third person is somebody who has employed another man. The man that has been employed does all his best to satisfy his employer. But the employer does not pay. Lam yu'ti hajra, doesn't pay the employee the agreed upon amount. So the point of reference in the hadith, in the tradition, is rajulun ba'huran for akala thamana. You can't kill yourself, neither would you kill anybody. You can't sell yourself into slavery, and neither would you claim an authority of selling another person into slavery.
Okay, thank you, Ustaz. Jazakumullahu khairan. You've actually given us another leeway into the topic, our discussion. Now, Ustaz, from that hadith, you've submitted that from Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam with the injunction from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So, France arts, number 1, kidnapping.
1.
Banditry. Exactly. Before the arts, I would like to hear from Boss's mouth. So, does that include selling people's organs, or can somebody sell his or her own organ? Do you understand? Because it's one of the booming markets in the globe now. Some people will be invited into a particular country in the name of coming for or looking for a greener pasture, only for them to get there and be served the tea, and they wouldn't know where they are. Before you know it, one of their kidneys could have been lost to them, probably their liver, or they could even be killed accidentally or intentionally. So you have given us a leeway to this discussion. Now you've told us that Islam disowns banditry.
Sure.
So Boko Haramism.
Verily.
Going suicidal.
Verily.
So enslaving yourself or enslaving another people.
Verily.
So now let's go to the area of selling organs.
Okay.
And what everything that could associate to it.
It is a simple thing to go analytical in this manner. Okay. And like you've rightly pointed to, we are going to use this medium to tell our viewers at home and those who care to listen to whatever we say that the Islam people a picture in abstraction is different from that Islam that Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam had come to this world to preach and teach. And that is why in most cases we are going to come up with findings that are against what the concept of humanity is if we continue to study Muslims and how their attitudes look like. If we want to know anything about Islam, let's go scriptural. Let's go through what the Islamic texts have actually spoken of the Islamic religion. People go into what you have mentioned. They go into what we call anatomic selling. People will sell some parts of their body, especially those parts that come in pairs, thinking that they can dispose of the other ones, thinking that the ones they've retained will sustain them. And it is an erroneous assumption on their part. Again, this is one thing we should understand. Islam tells us, and likewise other mortals in the world, that you don't own your body. Inna jasadaka milkun lillah. Your body is the property and possession of your Creator. That is the first thing Islam tells the whole world.
Ustaz, I want you to embed this into what you want to say.
Okay.
But we've come by too many people,
Okay.
male and females alike. When you notice, the maybe a particular wayward act in them, you understand? Probably in their mode of dressing, in their lifestyle, the way what they eat, or how they act in relation to people. Say, you can't tell me what I'm supposed to do. I own myself. So what you just said now is it runs in counter.
No mortal. No, I'm very sorry. No mortal harms him or herself.
Okay.
Inna jasadaka milkun lillah. Your body is the possession of your Creator. In fact, we have a replica of what we've just quoted in the biblical scriptures.
Okay.
Your body is God's temple. It means you don't own that body.
You should not desecrate it.
You cannot desecrate the body. Neither could you allow anyone to help you in the desecration of the body. You can only do what will favor what will bargain you, what will qualify you for the blessing of your Creator with whatever He has bestowed you with. Your body, your sense organs, the internal organs in you, your hearing organs, and all that Allah has given unto you. So coming down to the point of discourse, you can't sell your body parts. People sell al-kulliya, the kidneys, because they are into two parts. The lungs, at time, people sell them, thinking that they can make money from the sale. In fact, people go into a colossal mistake of selling some other body organs that are never in pairs, like the al-kabidu, the liver. The liver is not into pairs. It is just one. Al-qalb is not into pairs. The heart is not into pairs. But what leads them into this is what we can call ignorance. If you are not ignorant of what your Creator expects from you, you can't venture into what will shorten the lifespan that Creator has put across onto you. People, we don't know what we can ascribe to what they do. And the simple explanation is that they are far from the dictate of religion. If you are far from the dictates of religion, you are going to do what people are doing, that you and I see this time around. The point we are trying to emphasize is that you can't sell your body. One, you can't even go into cosmetic surgery. You can't change your gender.
Okay.
All these acts are against, one, the common sense that our Creator has bestowed on us. Two, they go against the tenets of all heavenly inspired religions. No religion admonishes that you can sell your body.
But Ustaz, in one of the so-called civilized country in the world,
Okay.
most especially the world police,
Okay.
I don't want to call them the world power,
Okay.
because the world power belongs solely
Allah.
with Allah, to Allah. Now Ustaz, there is a group of people in America, to be precise.
Okay.
They refer to their association, so as LGBTQ.
LGBTQ.
Yes, L for lesbianism, G for gay, lesbianism, gayism, Q for, I think, quiz something. I don't get the T for transgender.
Okay.
So you mean Islam frowns at all this?
How?
So I can't like a famous celebrity going by the name Bobrisky. We can't shy away from mentioning his name. I don't know which one to call him. Maybe his or ours. So now, so no one can just decide to say, okay, we'll start. I don't like being a male any longer, but I would rather prefer being a female. So is that what you're saying? Islam frowns at it?
Islam will always frown at such crazy acts anyway, whether from the person whose name has just been mentioned or from several other widows of his pedigree. Islam will always frown at what they do. The reason being that what we do in Islam is not a product of our brainwave, neither is it an outcome of our handiwork. It is inspired. And it is when you do what is inspired that you are going to be good among those who walk with their eyes open. You are not going to be good among those who walk with their eyes closed. Islam, that is what you are asking me. Islam says that if anyone attempts to maneuver the nature upon which Allah has created him or her, that person, we won't say is going gaga, we will say has already gone gaga. And this is a submission from the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So somebody who can be bold enough, who can be courageous enough to dole out an important organ of his body, or to go into, probably he or she has been lured into that, to go into or to subject him or herself into a surgical operation that will till eternity alter the basis of the surface upon which Allah has created him or her. That person, without no doubt, is far out from the light of guidance. Anyone who sells his body part is similar to that person who has consumed a poisonous substance. Anyone, probably you sell out your kidney, one of the kidneys, one of the lungs, or you sell out an important part, an important organ of your body. You are similar to somebody who has consumed a poisonous substance. And the reward, the end result of anyone who could have consumed anything poisonous is that the person will hide for him or herself an eternal wrath of Allah. That is what the Prophet says. And you see, people do what they do, especially from the enclave you've mentioned, just because they are coming from a background that suffers from a troubled religious climate.
A troubled
religious climate. Okay. When people are coming from or come from a background that suffers from a troubled religious climate, you will see them go into what you say they are going into.
Stars, what do you mean by religiously troubled climate?
A troubled religious climate is an environment where people, for a particular reason or the other, eventually won over the scriptural superiority of what a religion should have.
They detach themselves.
They detach themselves from the dictates of every revealed religion. And that is when scholars will not preach to people that which God has ordained them to preach. So people who go into what you've mentioned, LGBTQ, like I said,
B for bisexual.
I don't even want to know what the acronyms stands for. Well, all I know is that they are coming from a background of a troubled religious climate, and that is the bitter truth. So coming to the question of selling body organs, that is what concerns Islam, and that is why scholars of Islam have endeavored to put something on ground that shall remain a signpost for me, for you, and for every other Muslim that cares till eternity. You can't sell your, that is, you see, I keep on reiterating, you can't sell your body part. You can't sell the organs of your body.
But can you turn your pigment, like I'm too dark for my liking, I want to become white. or whiter.
Changing the pigment of your skin is similar to selling an important organ of your body. You are changing the course of Allah's creation.
Subhanallah.
You are changing the course of Allah's creation. That is the meaning. If you say, okay, you are fed up, you don't tell the whole world that you are hale and hearty. It is your creator rather that knows whether you are hale and hearty. You can't tell us that you can dispose of an important organ of your body. Don't tell us you don't need the second kidney. You can't tell us. You can't tell us you don't need the second eye. You can't tell us you don't need the second foot of yours. It is the creator that knows whether you are hale and hearty. If you say because you want to be richer than every other person is and sell an important organ of your body, what if you need that organ in some times to come? Where will you get it back? That is one. Two, it is an abomination, a scriptural one, to subject oneself to what can lead to one's death prematurely. If you take away an important organ of your body, you are sending a signal to us that you have signed your personal death warrant. And anyone who signs his personal death warrant is similar to that person who has attempted to kill or who has killed him or herself. The Prophet says this in warning us. He says, Man taradda min jabalin, whoever falls from the cliff of a mountain, فهو في نار جهنم خالدا مخلدا فيها أبدا. Whoever falls from the cliff of a mountain and dies in the process, he just thinks that he is fed up with this world and throws himself from the cliff of a mountain and dies in the process.
Ustaz, that's not another question. I don't want to divert you from the light down light track.
Okay.
But what you just said now, we have mountaineering, yes. The mountaineers. So can from what you just said, can we say Islam does not like being a mountaineer?
Mountaineering isn't a career that is acceptable to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, because in the process you subject yourself to perdition. And if you intentionally or through your patent ignorance subject yourself to a self-perdition, you are going to end up killing yourself. And once you kill yourself, you are going to hand yourself Allah's eternal wrath. Man taradda min jabalin, whoever falls, throws himself through mountaineering exercise from the cliff of a mountain and dies in the process, فَهُوَ فِي نَارِ جَهَنَّمَ خَالِدًا مُخَلَّدًا فِيهَا أَبَدًا, shall languish in the hellfire till eternity. The Prophet says, Man tahassa, someone, whoever eats or consumes a poisonous substance, فَقَتَلَ نَفْسَهُ, and kills himself in the process, فَهُوَ فِي جَهَنَّمَ خَالِدًا مُخَلَّدًا فِيهَا أَبَدًا وَسَمُّهُ فِي يَدِهِ يَتَحَسَّاهُ, that person shall linger in hellfire till eternity while holding what? The poison he has consumed while in this world. And he says, Man qatala nafsahu bihadidatin فحديدته في يده يتوجه بها في نار جهنم خالدا مخلدا فيها. Whoever kills himself with an iron rod rather, he shall hold that iron rod while in the hellfire, and he shall hold to that iron rod till eternity. These are red lines in Islam, red lines, and that is why we tell people not just go headlong into attacking Islam or anything Islamic. Sometimes, in most cases, you derive a sense that you can't derive anywhere from all that Islam preaches. You can't kill yourself. So mountaineering, you may end up killing yourself one day, or trying to climb the cliff of a mountain with a vehicle. Is that even possible ordinarily? You may end up killing yourself, selling your body organs, or going for cosmetic surgery, as they say. Going for cosmetic surgery, as they say, you are going to kill yourself.
So Ustaz, you mean plastic surgery, changing your nose, your hips, your Botox, your breast, and whatever is All these acts are un-Islamic.
They are un-Islamic, and that is, and if that is what you have chosen for yourself, you are on a road to perdition.
Subhanallah.
You are on a road to perdition. You see, when we say these things, contemporary medical sciences have brought forth before you and me a number of other claims that corroborate those claims that Islam puts forward. If you go into what we are mentioning, and in the process you go for plastic surgery, like they say, or cosmetic surgery, and something somewhere happens to you in the process, you lose a vital organ of your body, or you lose the anatomic vitality of your body, you are going to have yourself blamed before Allah. That is when you don't die in the process. When you eventually die in the process, you are set for an eternal perdition. May Allah safeguard us of all this. So you can't sell your body, you can't kill yourself. Neither could you say, I own my body, I can sell an eye, I can sell an eyeball, I can sell a kidney, I can sell a lung. You can't say that. These are clearer, red lines in Islam.
Okay. Thank you, Ustaz. Jazakumullahu khairan for that powerful presentation. Now, Ustaz, selling is one aspect.
Okay.
What about donation?
Oh.
Can one donate? Is part of the body for its cause. We've heard of so many scholars, so many famous or renowned humanitarians. So thank you for that. So now those ones, like, I don't want to mention a particular one that had a school funded somewhere in this our region. Okay. So he said whenever he said if it dies, so what they should do is that they should donate his organs to those who could have be in need of them. So what is Islam's perspective on this?
Simply put, donating body organs is what Islam considers as tabarru bi adhahil al-jasad, donating body parts, body organs. Okay. And the simple thing, the scholars, though they are into two schools of thought, but a particular thought out of these are two schools that is very consistent with what we are discussing. Is that school of thought that says doing that is going to be considered forbidden except on certain grounds, and such grounds include a question such as who will determine that his or body organ should be donated? Which agency will call for that? 3, what will be the usefulness of the organ that is going to be donated? Okay. 4, is it there an alternative way medically of getting that thing for which a body organ is needed? These are the questions Islam puts forward. Okay, you are going forward to donate an organ of your body. Who satisfies you to be qualified to need that organ? Again, if that organ is donated, who certifies that after you're having donated that organ, you're not going to be affected? Whenever you are donating an organ of your body, that is what scholars say, and after which you feel that your entire life has been largely negatively affected, you're not going to be rewarded for having come up to donate that organ of your body. Then what will be, should there be a reward for donating that in that thing? This is what distinguishes what Islam says from what people do. People go out there to donate. Some do that for profit reasons. If you go to donate for profit reasons, you are not doing what is Islamic. Okay. 2, if you are saying you are going to donate, what medical advice have you got that has certified you to go for such a donation? 3, have you been certified healthy that after the donation you're not going to fall into a perpetual state of sickness or paralysis? These are questions that Islam puts forward. And if anyone says that if he dies, his body organs should be donated to those who may need them, this is coming from an empty skull. This is coming from an empty skull.
Why?
That it does not in any way connected with the light of guidance.
Why did you say that?
You don't own your body. If body organs are to be donated freely, Islam wouldn't have put into place the institution of organizing burial right for the dead. So Islam says, okay, whenever a soul dies, get him buried. Do the normal burial right for that soul. Don't just make his carcass litter around. So Islam protects carcasses from littering around in order to give honor and dignity to the human race. So in that regard, you don't own your body. You don't own yours. If you want to give people friends out for charity, it isn't your body organ, because they are properties of your Creator.
Thank you very much, Ustaz. May Allah continue to strengthen you on the right path. Now, Ustaz, what you just said now beggars on that question.
Okay.
You and I have witnessed a lot of people who will probably be in need of heart, be in need of kidney, or what have you. What does Islam prepare for these people, this set of people, to be a solution to their problem?
I've mentioned partly in response to this question from my last analysis. Scholars of Islam are not dogmatic, neither are they conservative, especially in those other regards that go outside the purview of the creedal substances. They go with the leniency of approach that Islam has ordered us to go by. If people, like you've said, are in need, because sometimes there are a number of diseases in this present world that need such, a transplant, probably kidney transplant, or a transplant of an important organ of the body. But the first thing scholars say and come up with is the fact that if anything will be said positively with respect to donating an important organ of the body, we are going to understudy that that person who would do the donor. Thank you very much. Will understudy the donor. This organ is bent on donating. Wouldn't he need it any longer? 1, 2. Is it an organ that comes in pairs? You can't even if you want to donate, even if all the known doctors in the world certify that you can donate, you can't donate an organ that does not come in pairs, like the heart, like the liver. They don't come in pairs. And neither would you donate organs of the body that can't work without them being in pairs, like the scrotal. Do you follow? So there are organs of it that can't just work except they are in pairs. The scrotum or the scrota. You can't donate all this. Okay, if you are to donate, because I could see the concern in your countenance. So scholars will say they must not be organs that one don't come in pairs, or those that come in pairs and that are not separable. 2. If we are going to go by what they say, who has certified you? Who has certified you? What people do that you and I know is to go into a kangaroo space just because they need quicker money. They dole out important organs of their body without minding the consequences. This is what we are frowning at, and that thing we are saying that some scholars say that some organs could be donated. We are not giving anybody license. We are not giving anybody the authority. We are saying if at all it is going to be an accepted thing, it shall come from the appropriate quarters. It must involve in some nations where these things have been largely allowed anyway. Government is usually involved, and government will bring on board the concerned quarters, medical quarters,
Specialist.
Specialist who will say, okay, this is good for the, okay, if you go for blood donor, you can't just go ahead and say you want to donate blood.
That is my last question.
Okay, have I answered the previous one?
Thank you very much for
Okay.
that. It's well understood, well detailed. Now, sir, can Muslims donate blood?
We can,
We can.
but it won't just come like that.
Okay.
We will donate blood going by a specialist certification. If we are certified to be good and okay with the kind of blood we are going to donate, we will. But if you are told that you can't donate this particular, blood, or
of blood.
you can't do this, don't say, you don't tell us you are ill and hearty. Specialists will tell us that you are ill and hearty.
So so blood donation is not just out of one volition that I think I can donate.
You must be examined.
Okay, so some people know. I saw a banner of people persuade people to come and donate blood for humanitarian purpose. So I can't just go there and say, okay, take my blood.
Even if you go to such centers,
okay,
they will still have to examine you.
If they fail to, that is a colossal error on their part, for which they may be jailed in a senile climb. They may be jailed in a senile climb, not in a type where we find ourselves. So, Jazakumullah khairan for that wonderful presentation and contributions. We pray Almighty Allah to retain you on goodness and elongate your life and perpetually strengthen you. So we say Jazakumullah khairan once again. Dear viewers and listeners, I believe you've learned one or two things, if not a lot, from the submissions of our Ustaz. May Allah continue to be pleased with him.
From the submission of our scholars.
Now, actually, they are scholars, but we don't know them. You are the one who brought them closer to us.
No, I'm not the one who brought them closer to you. We are representing our scholars. We say what they say. We see in the light of what they see. So it is going to be foolhardy of a young scholar of my pedigree to say I have a position. I've said this. I've said that.
Okay.
So we say what our scholars say.
Okay. So that is humility actually. So we pray Almighty Allah to increase you in knowledge and everything good thing you have desires. So now, from what Ustaz has said, being the mouthpiece of the scholars, of ulama, is that what you? So
thank you very much.
We've been made to understand the fact that it is not permissible, it is forbidden to sell any of our organs. Even if you want to donate, Ustaz said you use a particular legislation which I said you do not give anybody
any license or authority.
The word license or authority to go ahead and donate. Let he or she can donate his kidney or those parts, those sense organs that come in pairs. No. If at all that is going to happen, there must be a very serious condition.
Of course.
And you must be certified.
Of course.
Suitable.
You must have been scrutinized.
Right. Suitable for that purpose. So we want us to please put this into consideration, and for Allah's sake, kindly share this video. Please give it the widest sharing and what have you. So we pray Almighty Allah to spare our lives and elongate it so till and beyond the next edition. So my name remains Tawfiq Maya, and we say Jazakumullah khairan Ustaz for coming, and to our listeners and viewers, we say Jazakumullah khairan till we meet again. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.